So, all right. Hey, the national championship game coming Monday night. Who's going to take it? Miami, Indiana. We'll discuss coming up here on Locked On Sooners.
You are Locked On Sooners, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma Sooners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
And once again, thanks for making Locked On Sooners your first listen every single day. Shout out to all the everydayers out there. Tune in and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jay, we got a big one, man. Two teams that I think at the beginning of the year, you might have thought, hey, playoff teams. They'll have a chance to make it into the postseason. By about mid-season, you thought, okay, Indiana's legit. Miami, I don't know. Not so much. Well, these two teams have been on a tear. And, I mean, Miami had to go the path of most difficult resistance to get there with some of their wins. But they've looked really, really good. But this Indiana team has been downright dominant in their run to the national championship game.
I think it's the most impressive thing about how Miami has played is, like you said, they had to play through all of these games. Like they started the first round and knock on wood, healthy. Attrition is critical in surviving the playoffs, and they've been pretty solid in that capacity. Like their main guys are still there, and they're ready to go up against Indiana. So they're basically well oiled. They of course got the same amount of rest now at this point, but I think the toughness of them is going to make it interesting. Now, Indiana is just beating the dog out of everybody. Yeah. And you can tell they watch film because they know what to do, especially the first play that shows up. I've been hearing the cheating allegations out there. Now, this is watching tape. And you can tell because everybody has similar tendencies. There was preparation. Somebody pointed out too, Indiana has like 5 interceptions or turnovers in like the first play this season.
That's crazy.
Right. But it's because the week or two before they played that team did a play just like the one that they did against them. Like most people's opening scripts are similar. They don't deviate away from it that much, especially if they feel like the defense is showing them something that would work on that opening script. That's where the problems lie. They're preparing for that. They're like, we want you to think that. And if I see this receiver move the exact spot I think he's going, taking it. Guess what? Pick. That's how I got that pick 6 against Oregon. That's a play that they run often. That out routes often. And that corner and Pons was sitting on it. Now we know Ducks will never trust Pons ever again. Game's the game.
So Indiana comes into this one as a 7.5-point favorite. They've outscored their 2 college football playoff opponents by a total of 69 points in 2 games. Miami has won by a combined 21 points in their 3 games. So it's weird. I look at that spread. I'm like, man, it just feels like a lot. But then you really dive into what Indiana's done really all year long, but especially in these 2 games in the playoff. And it's just hard to imagine them not covering that. It could be a 10-point win or whatever, but that's still covering. But it just feels like Indiana's kind of a team of destiny right now. Now, Mario Cristobal has that Miami team playing lights out ball, and Carson Beck is playing clutch. Still, I don't think Ole Miss's defense is as good as Indiana's.
Can I trust Carson Beck to not turn into a pumpkin?
I do not trust Carson Beck. I've kind of waited for the bad Beck for like a month.
Got him yet. Can I trust him?
I don't think
not turn into a pumpkin. That's where my question lies in this entire game is what is Carson Beck's head at? Because I've seen him at Georgia and he turned into pumpkins. What does it look like going into this game? He's been good. I mean, he's had moments where he tried to give the game away, but he settled down and made it happen. So that's where I'm curious at. Miami spent all that money, finally got themselves here. Can they close out? That's where the questions lie.
Yeah, the football power index gives Indiana a 68.3% chance to win this thing. And I I'd have a hard time picking against the Hoosiers, which just feels really weird in my college football brain to pick Indiana to beat a Miami team. This is new money versus an old money kind of a situation where that Miami team was one of the kind of great programs of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, no, Indiana's the worst program in college football history. And this is funny. Great stat for you. You ready? Indiana in program history have won 3 bowl games ever. This year, they have technically won 3 bowl games to get the national championship. So they have matched the program's history in bowl games this year.
In the last 12 months.
Yeah.
They've only played 2 games so far.
They only played 2? Yeah. So, well, they got 5 total. Still, 2 of them came this year.
So ridiculous.
If they win this one, they'll tied it. That's what it was. They win this one, they would have tied at both sides.
And I kind of don't want them to win. As a Dallas Mavericks fan, I don't want Mark Cuban to enjoy this because he tore down the 2011 title team. He sold majority ownership over to the Dumases, who ended up hiring Nico Harrison, who ended up trading Luka Doncic. Like, I don't think I want this for Mark Cuban. And is that petty? Is that petty?
Yeah.
Is that? I feel like that's SEC college football level of petty, and I feel really proud of myself for pulling this out.
I am proud of you for the that's an impressive set of reaching around on that. That's wow.
And at the same time, I'd hate to see Miami win. I also would hate to see that.
Everybody. We're supposed to hate Miami, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've talked about this before.
That's our Orange Bowl rival, man.
Yeah, I mean, they're for 3 years, we could have went undefeated, but we lost 3 games over a 3.5-year span, and all 3 was to Miami. They ruined a second long 47-game streak.
Yeah.
It's their fault. We should take them out.
Yeah.
Somebody go pull a Tanya Hardin, hit the knees.
That's right. And listen, I think also for Oklahoma, just bringing this to an Oklahoma perspective, we like to recruit Florida, and you don't really want Miami to be super successful.
You have to worry about that. Miami doesn't recruit. They go to the transfer portal.
That's a good point. Fair enough. But maybe Mario Cristobal gets a little bit of recruiting bump if they do pull this off. I don't know.
True.
I'll be curious, man. Do you think it's going to be Darian Mensah that takes over at Miami?
I'm 100% sold on the idea that's going to be Mensah.
Yeah. It's just, that one was nuts, man. Like the Friday final hour sort of a situation of going to the portal just after 2 weeks before you're saying, hey, I'm going to be back. Because I don't think anybody thought he was going to be back at Duke. Everybody expected him to go into the portal or go to the NFL. And he's like, no, I'm coming back to Duke. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. What a dude, man. That guy's going to be
awesome.
A Blue Devil for life. But then just 2 weeks later, he's like, actually, I'm JK, LOL.
JK, LOL,
JK.
smiley face.
Just moving on. And I posted this on X. I was like, man, I'm so thankful to have a quarterback for consecutive years. It feels like it's not going to be as commonplace as much anymore. And to be able to have that
twice.
And
we've had
twice in the portal era. And that's crazy. Hopefully Bo Bentley continues that trend and we get him for 2 to 3 years as our starting quarterback.
Hopefully he's our first quarterback in the Brent Venables era to start at Oklahoma and actually graduate from here.
Yeah.
I would like that. That would
be wonderful. That'd be absolutely wonderful.
From here. I would like 3 years of Bo Bentley at quarterback.
Yeah,
or even Jet New. One of the two. Somebody.
Somebody. Yeah, for being QBU, it's kind of been a bit of a roller coaster ride. We haven't been able to finish what we started on the recruiting trail with some of these guys, but anyway, hopefully Bo Bentley solves that problem and answers that question. But anyway, any other thoughts before we get to the final game of the college football season?
No, we have to talk about moving weekend. A lot of players have moved in and everything. We got to talk about we'll table that for tomorrow's episode.
Yep.
And let's dive into who do we think will be a shining player that no one's talking about. We're going to pick some under the radar recruits coming in. Who's going to shock us?
Yep. Some instant impacts.
I like that. Yeah, let's go. Let's find some instant impacts from the freshman class. We can't pick the obvious choices.
Yeah. No.
So just keep that in your mind. We don't have to say names, but I've
already got some names in my head, man, that are going to be instant impact contributors through the 2026 class. I cannot wait to talk about it on tomorrow's episode, but that's going to do it for today's show. Go follow Jay at Unfair Sports. Go check out his channel, Unfair Sports, over on YouTube. You can follow me at John9Williams and read my work covering the Sooners over at SoonersWire.com. The show is at Locked On Sooners on all of your favorite social media platforms. Make sure you subscribe to Locked On Sooners wherever you get your podcasts, and over on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button to let you know when new episodes drop. And also go check out the Everyday Club, LockedOnSooners.com/supercast or LockedOnPodcast.com/everydayer club. Sign up for $5 a month or $50 a year to just get more access to the Locked On Sooners stuff that you love here every day as part of the Locked On Podcast Network. But until next time, he's Jay Smith. I'm John Williams. We'll talk to you then. Boomer
Sooner.